What is going on, everyone? And yes, welcome to an extra video, and we're going to be talking about that Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed Shadows, because they have made an apology. Taking a long time. I'm on holiday. As you can see, I've got quite a good tan actually, but I'll be back really soon. I'm currently editing a video for the main channel. From Thursday, we are back to the live streams. We are back to normal, and we are ready to try and make it to 1 billion subscribers. But we need to look at this article from Push Square. Ubisoft responds to Assassin's Creed Shadows criticism, apologies to Japanese players. And it's crazy how long it's taken. At first, all of that backlash, they tried to make excuses, or a lot of people were saying like, oh, you just need to get over it. And because of the amount of backlash, I do believe that even the Japanese government are looking to get involved in this, which just shows how crazy it is. But let's give this a read. So Ubisoft have decided to release a lengthy statement in regards to Assassin's Creed Shadows. As you may already know, the upcoming open world title has sparked many an online debate. The game takes place in feudal Japan, but given the series' historical leanings, some onlookers have been quick to point out potential inaccuracies, suggesting that the developer has lacked a respect for Japanese history. In particular, Ubisoft's statement is aimed at Japanese players. For many of our team, creating an Assassin's Creed game set in feudal Japan has been a long cherished dream. It reads, since Shadows announcements, we have received many positive reactions from your own staff, but also some criticism, including from you, our Japanese players. It continues, we share your passion for history and deeply respect your care for the historical and cultural integrity of your rich heritage. The statement goes on to outline the developer's processes, intentions, and goals. It goes into detail about how the team has employed experts in order to provide historical accuracy where necessary. Before adding, despite these sustained efforts, we acknowledge that some elements in our promotional materials have caused concern with the Japanese community. For this, we sincerely apologize. We assume that this sentence is once again addressing the kerfuffle surrounding some Shadows concept art, which made use of a Japanese reenactment group's banner. Yeah, I remember we read about that a while back. And finally, the statement covers creative liberties and historical inspirations. As you might expect, this is largely about Yasuke, one of the game's playable characters. Yasuke was a real person, a man of African origin who ended up serving under one of the period's most powerful warlords. However, some have expressed disappointment in Ubisoft's decision to focus on a non-Japanese character. Yasuke's unique and mysterious life made him an ideal candidate to tell an Assassin's Creed story with the setting of feudal Japan as a backdrop, the statement explains. We'll talk about this in a minute. While Yasuke is depicted as a samurai in Shadows, we acknowledge that this is a matter of debate and discussion, it admits. We have woven this carefully into our narrative, and with our lead character, the Japanese shinobi Nao, who is equally important to the game, although many people are not really focused on her. Our dual protagonists provide players with different gameplay styles, and it's a big old son, but Ubisoft clearly felt the need to come out. The problem is how many people I saw it online, and maybe this is just the Twitter warriors, they just kept going on. Yasuke, no, he was a samurai, he was a real figure. They definitely over-exaggerated him being a samurai. And what's crazy is that I know Assassin's Creed is not real, but you also got that feel of the characters they chose with each franchise, or with each setting. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, me being Greek, it would have made no sense if he was like a Scottish guy. Do you know what I mean? It kind of fitted the setting, because they're so good at building their own worlds. It's crazy how it's taken this long, because they've had to come out, because you would have known this would have pissed off Japanese players. It's crazy, but you can't make out you did it for story purposes. That's the issue. Now, if this was 10 years ago or 15 years ago, where Ubisoft were making incredible games with incredible stories, this probably could have worked, only because they could have somehow made the story that good. The problem is, with modern day gaming films, they choose the characters based off a checkbox. That's the issue, because it's so blatant, and it does piss me off. But even seeing the game, it really doesn't make me want to play an Assassin's Creed game. Even Valhalla, I was like, wow, this looks really good. Kind of like one of the first games I played on my PS5. But still, when I see Shadows, I'm like, doesn't make me want to play the game. And you can't say they tried to make this game to make it the best story, the best setting for Japan. It just doesn't make sense. It's crazy, we got that article with Resident Evil 5 where IGN were basically saying this is racist, they need to redo the story because it's two white guys killing black zombies. And it's crazy how it's like, well, you know, you've got this game, Yasuke killing Japanese people. Isn't that the same kind of thing? It's hard to say how the game is doing. It'll be interesting to see how good the pre-orders are. Obviously, I'll probably be buying it because why not? I have a YouTube channel. We need to see how it is so we can get a first impressions. But what do you think about this? I want to know in the comments. Might go to the beach.